Full-time at St James's Park, Newcastle United 3, Fulham 0. I can't believe how great we played today. If you take everything into account, honestly, we played fantastic football today. Miley was fantastic. Bruno was outstanding. Emil Kraft was even good. We're going to get into it all. So without further ado, people, join us on the very, very positive match reaction. Right then, lads and lasses, how we're doing, and welcome back to the channel. What a game that was. I mean, to win 3-0 in any Premier League game is fantastic. Nevertheless, against Fulham, who did have a man down, but look, without that, we were still going to batter Fulham. We absolutely pelted them with shots today. 27 shots for Newcastle United. I've just about got back from the game. It was absolutely freezing, but that puts us up in the table. It's currently 6, of course. We have played 17 games now. Teams below us like Man United, Brighton, West Ham are 4-3, 2 points off us. Man United being 2 points off us, Brighton being 3 points off us, with both playing 16 games. So we've got the upper hand for now, but wow, what a performance that was. Like I said, Bruno was absolutely out of this world. Get that £100 million release clause gone, because he's not going anywhere. Callum Wilson, I thought, actually, the defenders of Fulham dealt with him very well indeed. They were very, very dirty, though. How they didn't get carded, honestly, I don't know. Dan Burn got his goal, finally back in the starting lineup as well. They were very well chuffed for him, as you would be for any single player. Tino Livramento, when is this man going to let Newcastle down? He's absolutely unreal. Of course, he shifted from left back to right back in the game as well, or vice versa. Of course, Sven Botman being back. How big a boost is that for Newcastle? In my opinion, our best and most talented player in the team, honestly. It was just great to see him even kicking the ball against Chelsea. If he's not fit, I would still not start him, just to make sure that Sven Botman is 100% back to his fantastic and magnificent self. Joe Linton, though, and Fabian Schär. It's the only negative we can take from the game. Of course, both pulled off with an injury. We had news that Schär wasn't in the starting lineup, that he was actually injured, and then he was in. And then, of course, he was actually running with the ball. And it looks like a hamstring injury. I don't actually know the extent of that, but it's not great on Schär. And, of course, Joe Linton as well, isn't it? I believe Craig Hope said something straight after the game, like it's nothing too much to worry about. Fingers crossed it's not, because they are two absolutely crucial players to Newcastle. But let's get back on for the positivity train. Lewis Miley, a kid my age. You know what? I've praised him so much. He done us proud against PSG, against Milan, against Dortmund, against Arsenal, or all the other sort of teams he played. And he's finally got his goal today. His first ever goal for Newcastle United. He's got that today. And he's earned it as well. Of course, he come on for Joe Linton and he took his chance. He was all over the park, just like Bruno and the rest of the midfield was. Honestly, I can't credit him enough. This lad is an absolute credit to the academy. He's an absolute gem in this midfield. He's not going anywhere. We are no longer a selling club, and Lewis Miley will not go anywhere. Miggy Almiron, look, I thought he had I don't want to say a bad game, but before the goal, I thought he had a kind of a half-decent game. But, actually, going more into the game, he was very, very good, and his work rate yet again was fantastic. Anthony Gordon, less needs to be said about that lad. I mean, his work rate was yet again fantastic. The first half of that game, honestly, I don't know what it was. I was actually getting bored sitting in my seat of how many shots we were taking at Burnley. I know none of them was going in. We were absolutely terrorising the defence of Fulham after they got Raul Jimenez sent off. I haven't actually seen that back. I don't know if it is a red card, but it's benefited us, so nevertheless we're going to take it. We were absolutely just peltering them. How it didn't go in the first half, I do not know, but the second half, we probably had less shots, I believe it seems like it from my point of view, but we were more clinical, and that's what sort of matters at the end of the day. Lewis Hall got his minutes finally, Matt Ritchie come on, and what actually stood out to me in this game, and bearing in mind I was actually half asleep through it because that first half was so draining. What I do like about this is that I was kind of worried, Kraft's coming on, Richie's coming on, Joe Linton's going off, Shaw's coming off. What we know about this team, we know that Emil Kraft, the player, the players like Emil Kraft, Jamal Lascelles, Matt Ritchie, Miggy Almiron to an extent, of course, he's always been a half-decent player, but you know what I mean, the players who we would genuinely think wouldn't be playing for Newcastle at this stage, but Eddie Howe has revolutionised them. I would rather play them than say, I'd rather play a 100% fit Jamal Lascelles at centre-back than a 75% fit Sven Botman. It just, these players can work in this system. Of course, Emil Kraft, for me, was one of the top 3 best performing players in the team today, and he didn't look out of place whatsoever. If Emil Kraft was named in the lineup against Chelsea, I would not be complaining. Honestly, don't chuck Botman into the deep end. What do he got? How many games? He got minutes. He got to be 15 minutes today. I would not chuck him in to the deep end against Chelsea tonight in 3 days' time. Sorry. Honestly, these words are coming out thick and fast. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just ecstatic that we've finally got a very convincing win. It's been a long time coming, but we've deserved it today. As for Fulham, probably the less said the better. I mean, they offered absolutely nothing going forward. Harry Wilson was probably the only sort of person going forward. They had a little bit before the red card, but going after that, they had absolutely nothing. But thank God Newcastle's finally got a win. Our last one coming, apart from this game, 4 games ago now, actually. 4 games ago. Oh, thank God we've got it. Another thing I really liked about today is that we didn't have to play the same 11 for 90 whole minutes. We had some players back that could help us. For example, Sean Longstaff, of course, when he was back. Them too, Callum Wilson as well. Dan Burn, Sven Botman, of course. These players coming back, and finally Anthony Gordon doesn't have to play 90 minutes. That lad is absolutely... I don't know how he's not just fatigued to the point where he can't be bothered. I mean, he's still running around, he's making interceptions. Absolutely fantastic from Anthony Gordon. But yes, I did kind of like that from today, that we could bring players in. Like, of course, Sven Botman could come back on. Matt Ritchie didn't look out of place for, respectively. Matt Ritchie shouldn't be playing for Newcastle at this sort of point. But nevertheless, we go against Chelsea in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup in 3 days' time. What's it going to be for Newcastle? Do we play the same 11? We can't play Lewis Hall, of course. He's ineligible for that match. Wouldn't have made much of a difference. I mean, he hasn't been playing that many games, has he? But, of course, got a 6 or so minute cameo a day. Thank God he got that. I was chuffed when he got it as well. Same with Sven Botman. 4 days' time after the Cup quarter-final, we go against Luton. Is the Cup quarter-final something we really need to be going for, in my opinion? Being out of the Champions League, I don't want to say we'll have to, but it would be extremely nice, and I would extremely favour us to go for it. I mean, why not? We can go for it. Maybe the players might be knackered. Look, put out the lineup that you put out against Manchester United, Eddie, and we would absolutely batter them. I think Chelsea I can't remember the exact score, but I believe they were drawn 0-0 with Sheffield United. Oh, no, that was a full-time score, sorry. They drew 0-0 with Sheffield United, and they both had an XG of under 0.2. Chelsea are terrible. £1 billion went on Chelsea Football Club, and if we go into that game with genuine passion, we will beat them. That's all we need. Them lot are absolutely terrible. Drawing, I think it was at home against the worst team in the league. Sort it out, man, Chelsea. Sort it out. But there we have it, people. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, what positives is there not to take from today? Emil Kraft was fantastic. Bruno was worth £200 million today. Unreal what he was. Lewis Miley finally got his first ever goal for Newcastle United at St James's Park in the Gallagher End against Fulham, which we did need to win the game as well. He got the first goal. He's going to treasure that for a very long time. He'll be proud the day. His family will be proud the day. We've played Fulham off the park. Honestly, I'm sorry for what I've mispronounced in this video. I need to rush this video out. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm saying. Anyways, without further ado, people, we're going to go Chelsea in 3 days' time in the Cup quarter-final. Should we prioritise that game? You let me know down below in the comments. In my opinion, go for it. Without further ado, I'll see you all in the next one, people. Go and enjoy your day.